This might seem like a little bit of overkill to you, but I'm gonna really break down how to get a perfect lived-in messy bun. I've done an older messy bun tutorial, but I find that the messy buns I'm seeing these days are even looser and softer, and they look like no thought was put into them, and I love that kind of hair, so I thought I would break it down for you in another messy bun tutorial. So what I've done with my hair is I washed and styled it yesterday. I curled it with a 1.5 inch barrel curling iron, slept on it. This morning I brushed through it, I didn't wash it, and I just put new curls in there with the 1.5 inch. So they're a little bit softer, and my hair already has some leftover product on it from yesterday. But if you're starting with fresh hair, definitely add a texturizing spray to it. If you're starting with day 2 hair, you might not need any additional texture, but it surely wouldn't hurt. You gotta kind of play around with it. But I found when I did hair, a lot of people were either afraid to use product or didn't know how much to use. So with a messy bun, you kind of can't overdo it. So even though this is day 2 hair, and you can definitely feel that I've got old hairspray in there and the products that I put in yesterday and I put in fresh hairspray today, I'll kind of show you how to work some texturizing spray in there. So regardless of what type of hair you're starting on, you know kind of how to incorporate it. I'm going to use the Amica Undone Texture Spray. This is just my go-to for texture these days. And you want to work it all over. So you can spray it in at the roots if you need it, but mid-shaft to ends is perfect, so you can get that bulk and create a really nice full bun. So my 2 key points to making the perfect messy bun is don't overthink it, and you want your hair to be, okay, these are 3 points. 1, don't overthink it. Don't over fuss about it because you'll end up perfecting it, and that's not the goal. 2, you've got to start with messy textured hair. You can't create a messy bun with really smooth silky hair, or really even straight hair, to get the look we're going for. And then 3, don't hold anything tightly. And I think people that are unfamiliar with doing hair want to hold things really tight and put their pins in really tight. Just practice holding everything like half the grip that you want to, and that's how you're going to get the softer look. So don't hold it too tightly, and just softly bring it back. Don't overthink it. And once it's at a good place, spray it, forget it, and let it sort of live and do its thing. So oddly enough, my tool of choice for creating the messy buns are these soft fabric elastics. I wouldn't have thought that I'd go for these, but they hold my hair well, especially when I have texture in it, without being too tight, and they don't slip out. So these are from a variety of places, but actually I think these are all from the Loft. This one might be from elizabethashley.com, I'm not sure. But anyway, I'll show you how to create with these. Another alternative would be to use a clear elastic, or 2 if you have thick hair. So you gotta kind of play around with both of those tools. What I like about this is it doesn't hold the hair too tight, so then the ponytail is too tight and makes the bun look like it's popped off of my head. So once you've added the texture spray, go ahead and grab your hair. Don't rake it back too tightly with your fingers. And grab it into a ponytail, bend it, and then just sort of clamshell your hand around your hair and pull the elastic around it. So once you have the hair secured, the next step I like to do is to loosen it up from the front. So I put my fingers under my hair, pull it out above my ears, and pull it out down at the nape. This is what's going to make the hair look really lived in and soft instead of a super tight ponytail. From there, if you want additional height, go ahead and do the same thing we were doing on the sides and in the back, right on top. And if you feel like your bun's getting too loose, stretch it out and tighten it up. I think the prettiest thing about messy buns is how softly the hair goes back, and you get this sort of swoop on the side when you loosen it up. So that way it's not all shellacked going back and then this big full bun. This sort of contributes to the soft lived-in style. So then the next part would be stretching out your bun and pinning any loose hairs. So right now I have this big section on the right that's sort of come out. I'm going to grab the ends, twist it up on top, and then pin it right in place. Finally, if you have any hairs that are falling right out of the center of the bun, grab them and hold them about 2 inches from their end. Put a bobby pin around the hair, so you can see I'm holding the hair with the pin, and then just randomly stick it right in the center. So you can see there's a little bit of fine tuning at the end, but it's not anything that's going to make it perfectly round like a ballerina bun. And to finish, I would do a little bit more texture spray because that's great for holding, and then finish with the light mist of your favorite hairspray. I'm going to be using the Amica Undone Texture Spray again, and then finish with Kenra Volume 25. Make sure you let the hair around your face sort of naturally fall out, or you can pull some hairs out right in front of your ears. That's just going to contribute to the softness of the overall look. So I hope these tips were helpful. I know I've done a tutorial on a messy bun before, but everything's sort of softened and loosened up. Make sure when you're trying this just to hold the hair loosely, like I said, and practice with one of these fabric elastics because it's not going to hold the hair as tight as a clear elastic. So it'll prevent you from having everything really tight and severe. And make sure you start out with plenty of texture spray or maybe a little bit of wave in your hair before you begin building the messy bun. I hope you enjoyed this hair tutorial and thanks for watching.